The cell prepares itself for mitosis by doubling the quantity of DNA in the cell. This resting phase is known as interphase, even though synthesis of DNA occurs during this phase. The four phases of mitosis are similar to quite an extent in both plant and animal cells. The start of the prophase is preceded by a resting phase known as interphase. This phase starts even before the cell division can occur. It is the non-dividing phase or the preparatory phase, though it is known as a resting phase. It is a phase of active metabolism in which the chromosomes, that is DNA, get doubled internally and start to multiply for the further stages of cell division, that is in the S phase of interphase. No external changes takes place during interphase. Centrosomes containing centrioles get formed in the animal cell. In the animal cell, centrosome or centrioles initiate the cell division. Interphase can be subdivided into three distinct phases: G1 phase, S phase and G2 phase, that you already studied. After finishing the G2 phase, the cell then undergo the mitosis cell division. You know, in the cell cycle, you have seen the interphase. In the interphase, G1, S and G2. After the finishing of G2, so cell may undergo the resting stage or may it undergo the further cell division stage, that is called as a mitosis. Mitosis is the division of a cell into two identical daughter cells which have the same number of chromosomes as are present in the parent cell. So, how many numbers of chromosomes are present in the parent cell? The same number of chromosomes is transferred to the daughter cell. In this kind of cell division, the most significant factor is that the chromosome get equally distributed and the same chromosome count is maintained at each cell division. In mitosis, two identical daughter cells are produced by the division of one parent cell. Here, one parent cell divides, it gives rise to two daughter cell, and the how many numbers chromosome numbers is present in the parent cell, same number we can see in the daughter cell. Mitosis occurs in the somatic cells of both plants and animals. Somatic cells means other than the sex cells. Other than the sex cells, the mitosis division takes place. In the sex cells, we can see the meiosis, but in the somatic cells, we can see the mitosis division, both in plants as well as in the animals. Phases of mitosis. Mitosis is completed in two steps, that are karyokinesis and cytokinesis. First, we can study about the karyokinesis. Karyokinesis is nothing but it is a division of nucleus. The division of nucleus is called as a karyokinesis. Karyokinesis of mitosis occurs in four main phases, that are prophase, metaphase, anaphase and telophase. So these four phases, it comes under the karyokinesis. Karyokinesis is nothing but it is the division of nucleus. First phase of mitosis, that is the prophase. Prophase is the initial phase of the process of mitosis, where pro means first, which marks the beginning of cell division. Since the chromosomes had started developing and swelling up in the interphase itself, in this phase they become visible as short and thick structures in the nucleus and are known as chromosomes. The chromosomes duplicate themselves to form two sister chromatids. These two sister chromatids are attached to each other by a thin small region known as centromere. Chromatids are having two arms. These two chromatids, sister chromatids, join together, it form a chromosome. They join together at a particular point. That point is called a centromere. In animal cell, the centrosome splits into two along with the simultaneous duplication of the centrioles contained in it. These daughter centrioles move away from each other, securing themselves to the extreme axis or poles of the cells. When the when the centrosome duplicates, they start to move to the opposite poles. Each of these centrioles has radiating rays surrounding them called aster rays. The centriole with its astral rays forms an aster. When this centriole is surrounded by the aster rays, it looks like a star, so it is called as aster. There may be one or more centrioles present in an animal cells, but in plant cells, centrosomes are absent. After the parting of the two daughter centrioles, the cell moves into the late prophase stage, where number of fibers called spindle fibers start appearing between the two daughter centrioles. When it moves to the opposite poles, the spindle fibers between these two centrioles start to form. The nuclear membrane and the nucleolus disappear during this stage. Here, nuclear membrane and nucleolus start to disappear. The chromosomes start moving towards the equator of the cell. Here, all the chromosomes they start to move in the center of the cell, that is the equator plane. It moves towards the equator plane of the cells. So, this is about the prophase. In the diagram, you can observe both in animal cell and in plant cell. After the interphase, they will undergo the prophase. Here you can see the early prophase. So in the early prophase, we can see the chromatin fibers, they become thick and it form a chromosome, and centrioles duplicate. They started to move towards the opposite poles. It is surrounded by a aster rays. It look like a asters, and nucleus and nuclear membrane we can see here in the early prophase. So that is in the animal cell, but in the plant cell there is no centrioles because there is no centrosome. And these two sister chromatids they join together by a point that is called a centromere. In the late prophase, at the end of the prophase, you can observe the nuclear membrane start to disappear. Nuclear membrane as well as nucleolus start to disappear, and the centrioles they move towards the opposite pole, and between these two centrioles a spindle fibers formation takes place, and this chromosome they slowly started to move towards the equator plane. This is the late prophase. So we can see in the diagram both in animal cell as well as in the plant cell. Next phase, metaphase. After the late prophase stage, the cell enters the next stage, that is metaphase, where the meta means after. In this stage, the chromosomes get arranged on the equator and can be easily counted. So you can identify this stage easily because all the chromosomes they are lying in a equator plane, and we can easily count the chromosome also. These chromosomes get connected to the spindle fibers with the help of a centromere. This chromosome is connected to the spindle fibers, that is in the centromere point. The centromere and spindle fibers they are connected to each other. Chromosomes are the shortest and thickest in metaphase. Here chromosomes become very short and thick in the metaphase stage. The metaphase, the main feature is all the chromosomes move to the equator, they lie in the equator plane. In the diagram, you can observe the chromosomes, they lie in the equator plane. Especially chromosome is the centromere. What the centromere is you can see all the centromere they are in a same line. In the middle of the cell, they lie in the same line. The arms are in a different direction, but the centromere, especially the centromere, they lie in the same plane. So that is the chromosome gets attached to the spindle fiber, they lie in the equator plane. Through this, we can identify the metaphase. Next phase, anaphase. Metaphase is followed by anaphase, where ana means away. This is the shortest phase in which the centromere divides and the two sister chromatids of each chromosome separate and are drawn apart towards the opposite poles. So anaphase, in the anaphase, the chromosome divide, especially in the centromere region, the centromere splits. In the centromere splits, the two sister chromatids separate. These sister chromatids, they move towards the opposite poles. They move nearer to the centriole region, that is the opposite pole. The action of moving apart is due to the contraction of the spindle fibers, which pulls or drags them away from the equator. So, in the centromere region, when the centromere split, this chromosome is converted into sister chromatids. These sister chromatids then move towards the opposite pole. How it will move? So it moves because of the contraction of the spindle fibers. When the spindle fiber contract, it pull that sister chromatids nearer to the pole region, or near to the away from the equator. It moved towards the pole region. So this is the anaphase. In the anaphase, the splitting of the centromere takes place. Chromosome is converted into chromatids and they will move towards the opposite pole. In the diagram you can observe here the chromosome is split, it form a chromatid. Chromatid having only 2 arms, chromosomes are having 4 arms. In the centromere is to split or it divides to form a sister chromatids. These sister chromatids, it to move towards the opposite poles region by the contraction of this spindle fiber. This spindle fiber, it will drag or pulls the sister chromatid near to the polar region. And here you can anaphase, you can clearly observe the splitting of the centromere, you can observe, and they move from equator to polar region. And here you can observe in the metaphase, you observe the 4 chromosome. So when it comes in the anaphase, this chromosome is divides, especially in the centromere region, it divides. So this 4 chromosome, it convert into 8 chromatids. So in the metaphase, you observe the 4 chromosome. When it undergo the anaphase stage, the splitting of the centromere takes place. So these sister chromatids separate. So we can observe the 8 chromatid. When 4 chromosomes are there, means in the anaphase it form 8 chromatid. But in the metaphase, 3 chromosomes are there, means when it comes to the anaphase, it form the 6 chromatids because splitting of the centromere takes place. So this is the identification of the anaphase. The splitting of the chromosome takes place and they will move towards the opposite pole. And that is in the early anaphase you can observe. In the late anaphase, almost these sister chromatids moving near to the centrioles region, that is in the polar region. They are moving, almost they move nearer to the polar region, that is in the centrioles region, and the small furrow will take place in the middle of the animal cell. You can observe in the middle of the animal cell, that is in the cell membrane region. At the middle of the cell membrane in the animal cell, a small furrow formation takes place. That is in the late anaphase in animal cell. But in the plant cell, there is no furrow formation. But in the anaphase in animal cell, in the cell membrane, a small furrow formation takes place. And in the late anaphase, almost these sister chromatids moving nearer, almost they settled in the polar region. The last phase is telophase. A network of chromatin threads is formed where each chromatid or daughter chromosome elongates and becomes thinner. Here, what these daughter chromosomes are there, or these sister chromatids, when they move near to the polar region in the anaphase, when it undergo the telophase region, this chromosome, daughter chromosome or chromatids, it become thin and convert into a chromatin thread or chromatin fiber. The nuclear membrane reappears and uncoiling and unwinding of chromosome takes place. Here nuclear membrane reappears and uncoiling means when it undergo the prophase, especially in the interphase, coiling of chromosome chromatin fibers takes place, or chromatin thread takes place. When it comes to the telophase, uncoiling and unwinding of chromosome takes place. So this chromosome is converted into chromatin threads or fibers, and nuclear membrane as well as the nucleolus, it reappears in the daughter nucleus. Spindle or and astral rays disappears. A spindle and astral rays it disappears. We cannot see the spindle fibers as well as the astral rays. So and the cleavage furrows start deepening in the animal cell. Here, especially in the animal cell, we can observe the whatever the furrow takes place in the anaphase, it deepens. In the telophase, it deepens. That is in the animal cell we can observe. And in the plant cell, cell plate is laid down in the cytoplasm at the equator plane. At the equator plane of the plant cell, cell formation of cell plate takes place. That is in the telophase. All the substances in the cytoplasm get randomly distributed in the daughter cells during karyokinesis, including mitochondria as well as the chloroplast in the plant cell. Thus, all the nuclear changes that appears in the cell during the process of cell division are known as karyokinesis. So, whatever the changes takes place in the nucleus, that together we call as a karyokinesis. In the diagram, you can observe that in the telophase, in the animal cell, we can observe reappearance of the nuclear membrane as well as the nucleolus, spindle fiber disappears, and as well the astral rays also start to disappears, and the cleavage furrow what is there in the animal cell it deepens, and this chromosome it convert into a chromatin thread. The thickening of chromosome it convert into a thin form and it convert into a chromatin thread. And in the plant cell we can observe the same changes takes place, but in the plant cell a cell plate is laid down in the cytoplasm at the equatorial plane. In the center of the cytoplasm this cell plate formation takes place, and in the telophase we can observe the two daughter nucleus. It is not a cell because division of cell membrane does not take place still. Division of cytoplasm does not take place, only the formation of two daughter nucleus takes place. So we can observe the two daughter nucleus at the end of the telophase. Next process is cytokinesis. After the karyokinesis, cytokinesis takes place. Cytokinesis is nothing but the division of cytoplasm. The division of cytoplasm is called as a cytokinesis. First we can study in the animal cell. In the animal cell, cleavage furrow deepens totally in animal cell and separate the two daughter cells. In the animal cell, cleavage furrow deepens and divide the cytoplasm into two parts. So here we can see the two daughter cells. That is in the animal cell. Cytokinesis in plant cell, the cell plate grows from center to the periphery, resulting in two cells. Here the formation of cell plate takes place from the center, then the cell plate then it move towards the peripheral region and it divide the cytoplasm into two, and we can see the two daughter cell. In the animal cell, cleavage furrow takes place. In the plant cell, formation of cell plate takes place. The cell plate begins in the center, then it move towards the peripheral region. So division of the cytoplasm takes place. So two daughter cell we can observe. So at the end of the cytokinesis, we will get the two daughter cell. Next we can study differences in mitosis in animal cell as well as in the plant cell. Here we can see some differences between the animal cell and plant cell. First, in the animal cell, asters are formed, but in plant cell, asters are not formed. In animal cell, cytokinesis takes place by furrowing of cytoplasm. In plant cell, cytokinesis takes place by the formation of cell plate. And in animal cell, occurs in most tissues throughout the body. In plants, occurs mainly at the growing tips. In the animal cell, we can observe almost all the tissues, but in the plants, we can observe only in the growing tips, especially in the meristematic tissue, we can observe. So this is the major difference between the animal cell and plant cell depending on the mitosis. Next, importance of mitosis or significance of mitosis. First one, growth. Mitosis leads to the growth or increase in body size as new cells are formed in this tissue. So here it helpful for the growth of the body. Next, repair. It helps in the repairing of damaged or wounded cells. So it takes place in the somatic cells, so it helpful for the repair. Next, replacement. Replacement of old or dead cells takes place by this mitosis process. Example, blood cells and epidermal cells of the skin is possible by mitosis only. Here, the replacement of the blood cells and the epidermal cells, especially in the skin region, replacement takes place by this mitosis process. Next, asexual reproduction. This process helps in the cell division of unicellular organisms into two new cells. Example in amoeba as well as the yeast. Amoeba as well as the yeast, here single parent cell divides into two dots of cell. It takes place by the help of this mitosis process. Next, maintenance of chromosomes. Equal count of chromosomes to the two divided daughter cells. Here, how many chromosomes are there in the parent cell? The same chromosome number is transferred to the daughter cell. So, uncontrolled growth. It is mitosis remains unchecked. It may result in uncontrolled growth of cells leading to cancers. So, here mitosis remains unchecked. So, if you not checking properly, the continuous cell divides and that cell may lead to the cancer. Regeneration. Some organisms can regenerate body parts. The production of new cells in such instance as is achieved by mitosis. Here, in some of the organism, if they lost their body parts, that body parts once again regenerate by the help of this mitosis. For example, starfish regenerate lost arms through mitosis process. So these are the significance of mitosis. Next is the meiosis. The cell division which leads to the production of sex cells or gametes is known as meiosis. Meiosis takes place for the production of sex cells, that is our gametes. In human, in the reproductive organs it takes place. In the male, it takes place in the testes to produce the sperm. In female, it takes place in the ovary to produce the ova. It takes place for the formation of the sex cells, especially in the reproductive organs it takes place. In the flowering plants, in male reproductive organs, that is in the anther, it takes place to produce the pollen grains, and in the female reproductive organs, that is in the ovary, it takes place to the production of the ovules. The most important fact about the meiosis is that the number of chromosomes in the sex cells are halved or half in this process, and this division is critical. Here, meiosis is also called a reductional cell division. Reduction division, because here half number of chromosome is transferred to the daughter cell. But in the mitosis, same number of chromosome is transferred, but in the meiosis, half number of chromosome is transferred to their daughter cell. So it is called as a reduction cell division. Here, during meiosis, the chromosome number is half or half, because here out of the 23 pairs of chromosomes in humans, only single chromosomes, that is one member of each pair, that is called as haploid, are passed on to the sex cells. This is essential because when the male and female gametes fuse during fertilization, the normal double, or it is called as diploid, number of chromosomes is reacquired. The diploid number as a rule is expressed as 2n and haploid is expressed as n. Here what will happen, so in the fusion of the male and female gametes takes place, at that time it has to maintain the same number of chromosome in a species. For example, in human being, 23 pairs of chromosomes are there. While the formation of gametes, in the 23 pairs, only half number of chromosome is transferred. So here sperm contains only half number of chromosome and egg contains only half number of chromosome. When the sperm and egg fuse each other, this half number of chromosome when fuse each other, it become a 23 pairs. Otherwise, if the sperm contains 23 pairs of chromosome, egg contains 23 pairs of chromosome, when they fuse each other, the number of chromosome is increased. So it is not the constant number of human species. To maintain the constant number in the species, here meiosis takes place in the sex cells. So that's why only half number of chromosome is transferred in the cell. First you study homologous chromosome. Homologous chromosome nothing but it is a chromosome having same size, shape and nature, one from each parent. Means for every paternal chromosome there is a corresponding maternal chromosome similar in size, shape and nature. This is called homologous chromosome. Especially in the meiosis, we can see one chromosome from the father body, another chromosome from the mother body. So it will fuse. So here, when it comes nearer to each other, at that time they have the same size, shape, and nature. It is a chromosome. Is a pair of chromosome having the same size, shape, and nature. One from each parent, one from mother parent, and one from father parent. They will come and join. They will pair each other. That is called as a homologous chromosome. They have same size, shape, but one from mother body, one from father body. That is called homologous chromosome. Next, crossing over. While the maternal and paternal chromosomes are separating, the chromatid material very often gets exchanged between the two members of a homologous pair. This is called as crossing over. Here a small piece of chromatids is exchanged between the father and mother chromosome. It takes place only in the one chromatid. In the one chromatid, a small part of chromatid is exchange takes place in a homologous chromosome. So that is known as a crossing over. So in the diagram you can observe a small piece of chromatid is exchange takes place. Here one chromosome from the mother body, another chromosome from the father body. In that a small piece of chromatid exchange takes place. That process is called crossing over. Next, chiasmata. Chiasmata is nothing but it's a point where the crossing over takes place in the homologous chromosome. That point we call as a chiasmata. So in that point where the crossing over takes place in the homologous chromosome, that point is called as a chiasmata. Next, synapsis. Synapse is nothing but it is a process of pairing of homologous chromosome. The process of pairing of homologous chromosome is called as a synapsis. Synapse is different. Synapse will comes in the nervous system. It is synapsis. 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 Synapsis nothing but is a process of pairing of homologous chromosome is called as a synapsis. Next, differences between the mitosis and meiosis. First one, in mitosis, it occurs in the somatic cells. It is called as a body cells. Meiosis, it occurs in the reproductive cells. And in mitosis, to provide for growth and replacement, it helps for the growth and replacement. Meiosis, it helps for the formation of gametes. Mitosis, it continuously occurs throughout the life. Meiosis, it occurs only in the reproductive active age. In the reproductively active age only this meiosis takes place. Mitosis, 2 daughter cells are formed. In the meiosis, 4 daughter cells are formed. Mitosis, full set of chromosomes is passed on to each daughter cell. This is the diploid, or this is 2n number of chromosomes. In meiosis, only half number of chromosomes is transferred to the daughter cells, that we call as a haploid, n number. In mitosis, a single nuclear division after the chromosome duplication. In the meiosis, 2 nuclear divisions after chromosome duplication. Here mitosis, it takes place only in a single nuclear division, but meiosis takes place 2 nuclear division. That is called meiosis first and meiosis second. Mitosis, here chromosomes and the genes in daughter cells are identical, but in the meiosis, randomly assorted between the gametes produced. This results in genetic variations because in the meiosis, crossing over takes place, exchange of the chromatid materials takes place. So variations we can observe in the meiosis, but in the mitosis there is no variations. Same identical features, we can see in the daughter cell. So these are the major differences between the meiosis and mitosis. This is very important.
Mitosis. In this module, you will learn about mitosis. Mitosis is a process of cell division that makes possible regeneration of body parts. To elaborate, mitosis is the separation of nuclear chromosomes into two identical daughter nuclei. It is divided into 4 key phases: prophase, metaphase, anaphase, and telophase. An additional phase called cytokinesis occurs after the complete nuclear division. Before a dividing cell enters mitosis, it undergoes a period of growth and rest. This period is called interphase. In interphase, the genetic material of a cell increases. Prophase. During prophase, the chromatin condenses and becomes short and thick to form chromosomes. Each chromosome has 2 sister chromatids joined together at the centromere. The nucleolus disappears and the nuclear membrane starts to break down. The centrosomes, each with a pair of centrioles, move apart to the opposite poles, forming a spindle between them. Metaphase. During metaphase, microtubules of the spindle interact with chromosomes. This causes the chromosomes to move and align along the middle of the cell or the equatorial plate. Sister chromatids are held at the centromere, confirming the presence of protein structures called kinetochore at the surface. The kinetochore holds the chromosomes and attaches them to the spindle. Anaphase. During anaphase, the sister chromatids separate at the kinetochores, and the daughter chromosomes, along with the divided centromere, move towards the opposite poles as the microtubule shortens. The poles of the spindle also move apart and help to separate the chromosomes. As the chromosomes separate completely into 2 sets, one at each pole, anaphase is considered complete. Telophase. During telophase, the daughter chromosomes arrive at the pole and the chromatin starts to decoil. Also, the nuclei reform along with nucleoli. This triggers the reformation of the nuclear membrane. Cytokinesis. Cytokinesis is the partition of the cytoplasm. In animals, a cleavage furrow appears in the plasma membrane, which deepens and divides the cytoplasm into 2 daughter cells, each containing a nucleus. In plants, new cell wall formation is triggered at the center of the cell by the formation of a cell plate. The cell plate grows outwards till it meets the existing wall, resulting in 2 daughter cells. In this module, you have learned mitosis is the process of separation of nuclear chromosomes into 2 identical daughter nuclei. Mitosis involves 4 key phases: prophase, metaphase, anaphase, and telophase. In prophase, the chromatin condenses and becomes short and thick to form the chromosomes. In metaphase, microtubules of the spindle interact with the chromosomes. In anaphase, the sister chromatids separate out at the centromere and move towards the opposite poles as the microtubule becomes shorter. In telophase, daughter chromosomes arrive at the pole and chromatin starts to decoil, followed by the reformation of nucleoli and nuclei.
In today's class, you have studied about the cell division, that is a mitosis. In the four phases: prophase, metaphase, anaphase, and telophase. As well as you have studied the cytokinesis. You studied both animal and in plant cell. As well as you have studied about the meiosis, its significance you have studied, and difference between the mitosis and meiosis also you have studied. So this is you have to remember these things because it will help you for the next chapter. The next chapter is continuation is there, but you have to understand first this variation, why this variation takes place. So these things are basic things for the next chapter.